NFL training camp is right around the corner, and today I thought we'd do a team preview on one of the more interesting teams heading into the season, Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert can make any throw from anywhere at any angle on the football field. And he's also a very underrated athlete, I believe, as most people don't think of Herbert when they think athlete. Justin Herbert has dealt with some incompetent coaching in his time in the NFL with the Chargers, as Brandon Staley has been known and does make some very boneheaded decision-making. But with Kellen Moore coming in the fold as the new offensive coordinator, I expect Herbert to have another big season and propel the Chargers to a potential another playoff berth. Austin Ekeler requested a trade this offseason. The Chargers allowed him to speak to other teams to look for a trade. Nothing came, so it looks like the Chargers and Austin Ekeler will be together for at least another season, and that can do nothing but help this Los Angeles Chargers football team. The Chargers receiving room, I feel like, is one of the more underrated ones, as it doesn't really get talked about, as you have do-it-all receiver Mike Williams in there, a good complementary receiver in Joshua Palmer, and they were able to keep veteran receiver Keenan Allen. They also drafted in the first round Quentin Johnston out of TCU, who was just putting up big numbers every week in college and is a deep threat and just fits the Chargers and Justin Herbert to a T. They also added Johnston's teammate from TCU, Darius Davis, and if you don't know anything about him, think of the role that Kadarius Toney has for the Chiefs, and that could be potentially what Darius Davis' role is on this team. And in the tight end room, they also have Gerald Everett and Darnell Parham. So it's safe to say the Chargers will have another top offense. They can move the ball down the field. It's just a matter of getting key stops and key clock management, which has been a problem for this Chargers organization. And out of that offensive line, they have Rashawn Slater at tackle, who since coming to the league has played at an all-pro caliber level and quickly became one of the top tackles in the NFL. In that running back room, they obviously have Austin Ekeler, but they also have Isaiah Spiller and Joshua Kelly. So they have three capable running backs, which I think is a key part and why they were okay with Austin Ekeler going out and trying to see if he could find a trade so they could get some draft capital. Let Isaiah Spiller and Joshua Kelly take a bigger role. But it's always good to have a running back like Austin Ekeler, someone that can do it all, and someone that has just been a touchdown machine since entering the NFL and has been a key part in the early development of Justin Herbert. And on that defense, everyone knows about their two stars and Joey Bosa and Derwin James in the back end for that defense. And why, yes, they are talked about a lot, as they should be. I wanted to focus on some of the more underrated players on the Chargers defense. Sebastian Joseph Day, after starting his career with the Rams, left after being part of their Super Bowl team to join the Chargers and had a very underrated season. As he plays on that inside of the defensive line, not a lot of people really pay attention or understands the role of that position group. And Sebastian Joseph Day is one of the more underrated ones, as he quietly put together a very strong season and looks to do so again, as him, Joey Bosa, and Khalil Mack look to terrorize other teams' offenses again this season. Kenneth Murray Jr. missed some games a couple seasons ago, but had a nice bounce-back year last year as he looks to regain his rookie form this upcoming season. He's a very quality linebacker, and I don't think he gets the publicity or the praise that he should. And I believe with a bounce-back season this year, people will start to recognize him as one of the better linebackers in the NFL. I think a lot of people missed Eric Kendricks getting cut by the Vikings and signing with the Chargers, back where he played his college ball. And I think being back there will rejuvenate him, and he's still got some solid NFL seasons left in him. And him and Kenneth Murray can quickly become one of the better linebacker duos in the NFL, and especially in that AFC West division. Asante Samuel Jr. is one of, if not the most underrated cornerback in the NFL. Anything that teams have thrown him early on in his career, or anything that the Chargers have thrown his way, he has answered the call. No matter who he's up against, no matter the team, no matter the quarterback, the moment, Asante Samuel has continued to step up, and I don't expect anything different. I think this season you could see him get some Pro Bowl votes and even some All-Pro votes, as he will take that next step and continue to develop as one of the league's best and young corners. And then there's J.C. Jackson in that cornerback room as well, and he has just been a massive disappointment due to injury for the Chargers, as even when he's been on the field, has not looked that great. And after signing that big contract, you got to think the Chargers are hoping to get anything. And if they can get anything from J.C. Jackson this season, that primes him well in a very tough and deep AFC West. When the Chargers traded for Khalil Mack to pair with Joey Bosa, it was for one reason: to stop the opposing team's quarterback. In a division where you have Patrick Mahomes, and at the time the Broncos trading for Russell Wilson, you wanted to get another edge rusher to help Joey Bosa. And Khalil Mack had a solid season last year, but I expect an even better season this year, as he's even getting older, teams are going to have to double, in my opinion, someone that will win the DPOY in Joey Bosa, and that will leave spots and opportunities open for Khalil Mack to even add to his 8-sack performance last season. And with the Chargers, it's never about the talent of the roster. It's about the head coach. And Brandon Staley at times can be reckless and at times can also be aggressive. The Chargers have led the league or have been at top of the league in fourth down attempts and 2-point attempts since Brandon Staley's taken over. And while, yes, you can argue it's being aggressive, there are times where it's just being plain reckless and just plain dumb. As we all saw it, they could have had back-to-back playoff appearances, but they got aggressive, or reckless, as I would say, against the Raiders, and it cost them a playoff berth 2 seasons ago. And then last year, getting up by 4 touchdowns and blowing it to the Jaguars, and just Doug Peterson putting on a masterful class and out-coaching Brandon Staley in that playoff game. When it comes to Brandon Staley, he needs to get out of his own way. Let Kellen Moore and that offense do their thing, and Brandon Staley take care of the defense. The Chargers in a deep and even better AFC West, as the Broncos have signed Sean Payton and the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. It's not going to be easy to make the playoffs this year. The Chargers have the roster and the talent to do so, but will Brandon Staley get out of his own way and allow that to happen? As always, please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Let me know down in the comments, do you think the Chargers will make the playoffs this season, and do you think that will be as a wild card or an AFC West championship?